transition now over to YouTube. We got my YouTube audience over here. We got my Facebook audience over here. I'm not sure how much we got. We got some folks over. Again, if you're watching on Facebook, fantastic. But you need to go to YouTube. And I keep telling people this. I keep telling people this. I keep telling people this. Okay? I get it. I get it. Facebook is convenient. But I'm telling you, for real, shit sucks on Facebook. I hate saying coming out with a swear word, but when I'm doing my video and my voice is too low. Okay, well let me turn that up. Hopefully you'll turn it. Becky, volume is low. Okay, stand by. This is why we do what we do. Okay, is that better? Hopefully it's better. I haven't changed any of the settings from when I did it last. So hopefully that's better. Yes, no, yes. I see smiles from Becky. Thank you, Jason. Volume. Hello. Need some input. Need some feedback. Meh. Okay. I'm putting the microphone closer to me. Okay. It's out of the screen and it's closer to me. Who else we got? Got Sylvia Marie. Sylvia Marie, good to see you, sweetheart. Haven't seen you in a bit. Brian. Steve Spoltors. Who else we have here? Rich Logan. Bernadette. Daniel. Mike. Pam. Shares to a bunch of group. Thank you. And here's the deal. I know, Johnny. Well, that's good. You got to be a subscriber, and you got to tell me why. Must subscribe to YouTube, Johnny. Screenshot. Yeah, Johnny. I think make sure that you've done that. Can't really hear you. What the fuck, man? Hang on. I hate it when it does this. I hate it when it does this. Okay. Can you hear me fucking now? Can you hear me now? I did not change anything. Any of the volumes. None of the volume settings I was on earlier. So it should be exactly the same. The volume should be 100%. Okay? Hello. Okay, when things get done, yeah, Mike, Sarah, I'm on YouTube. Okay? Tim Cruz, thanks for the love. Not any, what the fuck, man? You know what? Stand by. No audio filters on. I don't know why. Okay. Check it out. Check. There you go. Check it out. Okay. I know you can hear me now. I know you can hear me now because I see the volume on the Rode microphone blowing the fuck up. There, okay. So I know we're good here. The volume is there. because I checked it. All right. Lawrence Pace, good to hear from you as well. Mike Sarah's good here on okay, and I'm good. Now, since we're all here, and I'm doing this both at the same time. Okay, I'm doing this at the same time because I'm giving everybody on Facebook, the opportunity to win the contest. Because everybody says, well, how do you win? Okay? Real easy. You win by subscribing to YouTube, which I'm on, by the way, right now. Where do you need to go? Well, that's in the title of this as well. YouTube.com/C/Captain Jack Rackham Levy. Sorry. Now, why do I say this? You're saying, well, what contest are you talking about? What contest am I talking about? If you want to go and sit with me for the very last game, regular season, in Oakland, 15 December, okay? 15 December, you got to do two things. Actually, three. And I'll tell you what that third thing is as well. One, you have to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I told you where and how that is. You got to subscribe to YouTube. If you don't know where, it's there in the title. Subscribe to YouTube. Then when you subscribe, and PMAC, they are great seats, aren't they? PMAC was sitting with me last year. And they're great seats. Thank you there, PMAC. If you're here on Facebook, go to YouTube, please. That's the first thing you do. Then you take a screen capture of your subscription. That's easy. You guys know how to do a screen capture, a clip. You send a picture of the screen capture. You send it to me in an IM on Facebook. Because I really don't know about the messages on Steve, okay. Steve, for you, I will make a pin. There you go. I don't know how to pin it, though. Pin comment. There you go. I pinned it. Okay. Steve Spoltor, for you, I pinned a comment. Now, hopefully, I didn't screw up how you guys see me. Yeah, I knew it. I knew this was going to happen. Fuck. Okay. Hopefully, I got enough juice for this broadcast. Okay. Two things. As stated, you got to subscribe. You got to send a screen capture of your subscription. Then you have to tell me why I need to pick you to come with me. Now, here's the thing. I'm giving the ticket away. I know, Mike. Fuck you. You know I don't swear too much, but, it's irritable. It's irritable. And when I get irritable, sometimes I go like I have Tourette's. Apologies. Because you guys know, guys and gals, mates and wenches, crew, you know that I don't swear a lot on here. I do when I get really pissed off. And some of the times I got to do it because I'm pissed. You subscribe. You show me that you're subscribed. And then you send me a picture of your subscription. And then you tell me why I should pick you to be my +1. Now, there it is. You're my +1 for the last regular season game in Oakland. The last regular season game in Oakland. Dre Harnsbury, good to see you, brother. But here it is. I am not paying for you to get to Oakland. You can fly to Oakland. You can drive to Oakland. You can hitchhike to Oakland. I have friends in the Caribbean. You can swim to Oakland. How you get there, I don't care. That's between you and your budget. Hey, good to see you. It is good to see you, Dre. But what I'm saying is that for the game, for the very last game, possibly, very last regular season game for sure, in Oakland as the Oakland Raiders, you're going to be with me in the club section, section 246, row 2, either seat 13 or 14, depends upon what seat I want. And you'll be in the other seat. You'll have free programs because they supply those. You'll have a memorabilia item for a program for the very last game in Oakland. It'll be worth something. It's worth memories, but it'll be worth something. If you're on Facebook right now, share this broadcast up. Better, though, go to YouTube and share that link up to all your groups in Facebook. Because what I've done is I'm going to get the listing together. You have until the end of this month, the 30th of November. The 30th of November. And that's when I'm going to figure out who is going to come with me. So we'll go from there. So anyway, that's my prologue. Catch the last game with the captain. It'll be a sweet experience. Not quite sweet. Not S-U-I-T-E, but it'll be a sweet experience. All right, cool, Mike. That's Mike Merkert sat next to Mohurst's mother. So now that we got that out of the way, we're a little bit late on talking about the game from this past Sunday. And I got a lot of things going on there as well. And again, I'm keeping up on Facebook. But if you want to call, you got to call in. And if you want to hear the best, you need to go to YouTube as well, because the calls are going into this computer. I'm pointing to this. And I'm hearing on that computer. You might be able to hear on Facebook, but it's not going to be the best. Just letting you know. But let's talk about last Sunday and this weekend against the New York Jets. I'm going to get ready for the line to come on, but I'm not going to pop it over right yet. Because there's a couple things that I want to say, and I've said it repeatedly. I've watched the Raiders since the 70s, 1972 to be exact. Coming up on what, 48 years? I think it's 48. Yeah. Almost 50 years. And I know, and I can tell you that the Raiders repeatedly look at who's on their schedule and say, it's the damn Bengals. They're a pushover. They're 0-9. They're 0-9. Thanks, Tiffany, for coming over. All right, Mike, you got your feel, but that's awesome. Mike, please call in about that. I'd like to hear about that. So they played down to them. They said, "Oh, this is an easy win." And the Bengals, if they would have had a little bit more oomph, they had a little bit more firepower. They were a little bit better defensively, because I tell you, they ran on us. And they stopped our run for the most part. They were this close to bringing it into overtime or winning the game outright. Mark Flores said it best. It's granted, but I know what you meant. Can't take the Jets for granted. He said granted. I got you, Mark. Going into New York, it's an away game. It's at 1 o'clock. The Jets are 3-7. Almost polar opposite from the Raiders. And the last time we played the Jets was in Oakland. It was the Marshawn game. I was actually talking with Mama Lynch because I was hanging out with her last week, I should say. And Tiffany said as well, A.J. Green wasn't playing. Andy Dalton wasn't playing. They had a little more oomph. They would have won that game. Yeah, Ed Winchell, I know. Because you give the home team 3 points. So basically it's a wash. Do not take the New York Jets for granted. Or as Mark Flores likes to say, for granted. Because they will surprise. They beat the Dallas Cowboys, and I hate saying that name, but they beat the Cowboys this year, and the Cowboys are a good team. In New York, where we're going. Do not sleep on the Jets. I tell you this, and I mean it, and you guys know that I am very, very conservative in my thinking. But if the Raiders win the next 3 games, New York Jets, Kansas City and Kansas City, and the Titans at home in Oakland, if they win the next 3 games, they'll have 9 wins. And I can almost guarantee you they'll be in the playoffs. They'd be like 90% assured because they will have beaten the Titans, who they would be fighting for a playoff spot. They will have beaten the Colts. They will have beaten the Chiefs and split with them. They have a game against the Jaguars, who basically have tossed it in, although don't sleep on them either. The Raiders win the next 3 games, almost guaranteed to make the playoffs. And if they win a few more of those, AFC West champions, and a home playoff game in Oakland. And we'll see about who's going to be my +1 for that game. But first things first, you got to win Sunday. And Sunday, by the way, if you are going to be in New York, there's lots of events going on. There is a meet and greet at Red's Bar in New Jersey on Friday night with the Jersey Shore Raider Boosters. There are several events on Saturday. There's a breakfast downtown. There is 2 Saturday night events. There's events during the afternoon. And then, of course, you have 2 tailgates between the Silver and Black Empire, with doing 1 tailgate, and the Black Hole of several different clubs together having another tailgate. It's going to be involved. Going to be a really good time. You know, Mike, you say that, and it's kind of true. That was the game. It was the Marshawn game. But you know what? Remember that game? The Jets actually came back at the end, and it made it look a little bit closer than what it was. We haven't blown anybody out in years. And I know I'm being maybe a bit of a, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. But the last time I remember blowing a team out where it was ridiculous was playing in Denver, probably almost 10 years ago. And we were up like 28-3 in like the end of the first quarter. Kind of like the way that Kansas City scored those 28 points on us in the second quarter last game. That was the last time that we beat somebody where it was silly. Now, the Denver game, even on Monday night, really wasn't really, I mean, we won convincingly, but we haven't blown anybody out in years. And I'm not saying you have to. I just say just win, baby. But win convincingly. Again, events for New York this weekend. There's a Friday night meet and greet at Red's Bar, hosted by the Jersey Shore Raider Booster Club. There's a breakfast Saturday. There's events in the afternoon over at Peter Dillon's throughout the afternoon. There's an autograph signing Saturday night. There's also a blackout party Saturday night. I'm going to have to see how I can go to both, because I want to make sure I go to both. Then you have the 2 tailgates on Sunday. Tailgates, I think, started at 10 o'clock. I think, James. Yeah, 45-20. Mike Serra got it. Yeah, that's the game. Mike Serra knows the game. It was close to a decade ago. So let's talk about that, okay? Transition. 0700 for the tailgate? Wow, Raphael. There's my boy Raphael, by the way. I don't see any more. Oh, there's lots of comments. Thanks, Brian. I'm sorry I've been missing these comments, but the Ace, I know it. I know PMAC. Well, I apologize for not. Yes, Trey, I'm coming to the Jets game. Okay. Got some other people watching. Thank you for watching, everybody. I'm going to the Jets game. Yes. We still have the same kicker. Yes. Am I going? Yes. They have a great D line. They do. We're not gonna be able to run on them as convincingly. Sorry, I'm missing these comments, folks. I didn't realize. Tony Corrado, good to see you. Everybody that's on Facebook, please go to YouTube. The link is there. There you go. Tim Cruz is on. Thank you there, Tim. Tim, by the way, I apologize. I put my tickets up for sale just to see, and they were immediately snapped up. And then, get this shit. Then the guy who bought my tickets has them for sale. So apparently I wasn't asking enough money. Oh, the Jets score 45-20. The Jets score. The Raiders beat that. Yeah, 51-4. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I remember. That's right. It was a 50-pointer. So again, apologize for, you know, Tim, I had to get them because I got bills to pay, brother. I put them up and they were snapped up. Apologies. Who's an asshole? What an asshole. Raider Ramirez says, what an asshole. I don't know what the. You're gonna have to let me know. As far as the parties, I'm gonna. Yeah, I know. I mean, because I put them up for availability, and then I checked on. I didn't even realize that they were sold until I checked on Ticket Exchange, and I said, "Wow, that sounds a bit high. I don't recall selling them for that high." And then I checked my email, and it says your tickets have been sold. And oh, that's the assholes people that the guy that put you. Thank you. Now I get it there, Ramirez. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Okay, Jimmy Farrell, you're calling, but I don't have my Google Hangouts up. There we go. There we go. Jimmy Farrell, how you doing, brother?
What lot you gonna be in?
I am going to both, brother.
What do you mean both? There's like more than there's several lots.
I'm going to both tailgates. That's what I'm saying.
Where are those tailgates? What lot?
Wherever they're at.
Oh.
I mean, all I know is that there's two tailgates, and I'm going to go to both.
All right, I'll be looking for you.
Yeah, please do. And again, I don't know where they're at. They're on flyers, so apologies. I don't know where the tailgates are at. I just know that I will be there for the tailgates. So look for me there. Yeah. So Jimmy? How you doing, brother?
Well, I finished my treatment today, and I'm telling you, man, the food, everything stinks. Everything is lousy, you know.
Is it the taste because of the after effects of the chemo?
It's awful. I mean, I have lice razor, and it tastes like crap.
Well,
the only thing I can eat is melted cheese on a bagel.
What on a bagel?
And I have melted cheese on a bagel.
Okay.
You know, I make grilled cheeses. I drink Assures. Most of the food, I had soup today at this restaurant. Didn't taste that good. Even like a roll or something tastes awful.
Yeah. Well, Jimmy, you know? I know, and I feel for you in the respect that I when I had my for those that don't know, I had a triple bypass on 23 October of 2006. Mm-hmm. So I had a and I know that I was the food sucked because of course I was on a heart diet. And by the way, I want to say lots of love to my Raiderette Angelina, the Raiderette of Darkness, the Queen of the Darkness. Mm-hmm. Lots of love to you, darling. But yeah, it's the things you have to do when you're in a medical issue, and so I got you. And I like Ensure. Yeah. Don Webb says Ensure is it is. It's probably one of the tastiest, most nourishing drinks out there.
Yeah. The strawberry's good. I'm not crazy about vanilla chocolate.
Well, I like the chocolate. I'll have to try I'll try to try the strawberry. So
yeah, strawberry's good.
Okay, I'll take your word for it. So
now,
go ahead.
Peter Dillon's is having Saturday. You said
Peter Dillon's has events on Saturday afternoon.
At the bar?
At the bar. I think they're calling it like Raider Central. I don't know whether it's advertised events or if it's just regular events and people, I mean, will show up and hang out. I know that there is another event where the Raiders are doing some autograph signings. I know that I got to get my tickets for that. Yeah. And there's another blackout party as well. So, again, I'm going to be going to everything that I can. By the way, again, if you're on Facebook, if you want to possibly join me for the last ticket in Oakland, subscribe to YouTube, my YouTube show, take a screen capture, and then say why I should pick you to be my +1, okay? Now, if I had my way, I'd be picking a bunch of good-looking ladies. So I mean, I'd have like Val or the Angelina, a Queen of Darkness. I would be picking lots of hotties. But I'm actually going to be cognizant of who I'm going to pick and why. You got to have a good reason why. It's like, hey, I'm your buddy. Okay, I got it. I got a lot of buddies and I know a lot of people, but you got to have a better reason than that. I mean, for example, if Jimmy Farrell was going to do the contest, because you got to be able to go, okay, he would say that he's a longtime Raider fan and he is presently going through chemotherapy and
never been to Oakland.
And he's never been to Oakland. So that's one of those things there. So
did I win, really?
you would be a top candidate, James.
You can't turn that down, right?
Well, I mean, I don't want to appear to be an asshole, but there are some good stories out there, and I won't say that. So you would be a top candidate. You would be a top candidate, but there are other things that I've heard as well. Jimmy, I got a call on the other line, partner. Thanks for calling in, brother.
I'll call you again.
All right.
See you Sunday.
You'll see me Sunday.
Okay.
All right. Take care. That was Jimmy Farrell, and I got an unknown caller at 910. Who am I talking to? Hello?
Shipmate.
Hello?
Hey, shipmate, you got me?
I got you, shipmate. Who is this?
This is Jason from North Carolina. I see you at the games. I'm the guy. Me and my wife were both in the military.
Oh, okay. Yes. The last time I saw you was at Blindnikoff, right?
Where did I see you at? The last game I saw you was in Indianapolis.
Okay. Apologies. I do run into a lot of military folks. So,
no, I know.
Good. Hey, do me a favor, brother. When you're done, text me your name to go with this, so I know that hopefully when it comes up, I'll have your name in my phone. Now, sometimes it'll show up, sometimes it won't.
Are you going to the Jets game?
Yes, I am.
I will see you there. I hear a lot of people asking about where the tailgate. I pulled something off of Facebook. It looks like Lot L.
Yep.
Is where they're doing tailgating at.
Yep. You thank you for your information, and also my boy Raphael. Both tailgates are in Lot L 1 through 5. So we're going to be really close together between TBH and SBE with their tailgates. So it's going to be a very good time there in Lot L.
Where are you staying at?
I'm actually in the Hilton that's over by the stadium.
The Hilton Garden Inn?
No, I don't think it's the Garden Inn. I think it's
it's just the Hilton, yeah. I'm right across the street as well.
Yeah, I'm over there. So if anybody wants to pick me up from, I thought I was going to Newark, but apparently I'm flying into LaGuardia, so I have a little bit of a ride ahead of me.
Yeah, I'm flying into New York.
Yeah, but I will.
So just I know you probably got other callers. You got a lot of stuff to talk about. I just wanted to tell you, if you get a picture signed this game, don't let it fall behind the desk in your hotel room.
I promise. Wait a second. I want to make sure this is on camera. As God is my witness, it's on both cameras. As God is my witness, if I get another signed picture, I will place it flat. I will put things on top of it. It will not go behind the desk where I can't get it.
I thought that was super funny. I probably would have tore the desk off the wall myself.
Yeah, and I was enraged, but I don't want to have a bunch of people saying that I was destroying property.
Yeah, I understand.
But I did, I got it back.
You're in the Navy, so it might have been a little rough for you to do anyway.
Slam. You do realize, of course, that I'm a big boy, and I did hang out with both the SEALs and the Force Recon with the Marines.
Okay.
Just saying.
It's all right.
But yeah,
okay.
I promise that I won't let anything slip behind a desk. Guaranteed.
Good deal.
Hey,
Good deal.
hey, are you going to enter the contest as well?
Well, is it the Jacksonville game?
No. Well, yeah, it's for the Jacksonville game. There's one ticket,
Yeah.
and you got to be.
Yeah, so,
you got to subscribe.
I would love to, but I don't think sitting with you during the game would be beneficial to me. So I told my grandson last year at Christmas time that I'd buy him a ticket. So I'm planning my trip to go to North Carolina to California to spend that last game with my grandson. Well, I hope it's not the last game, but the last game in Oakland.
The last regular season game. Well, you know what? That's awesome too, and hopefully I'll see you out for that game.
Oh, we will. I always make it a point to find you.
Oh,
some way, somehow.
Okay, and be sure to subscribe to the channel. It's good. It's good to hear. Good to hear from you as well.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, shipmate, good hearing from you. And again, text me so I got your name in here when hopefully it'll show up. Occasionally, the people's numbers will show up with their names, and then I know who I'm talking to.
Roger that.
All right. You take care, brother.
You too, man.
All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
All right. We got a line open again. Let me do the transition here. There you go. Call now. 813-609-0834. Don Webb, thank you for that. I'll tell you what's going on with the Man Cave in a minute. For folks that are on Facebook, be sure to go over to YouTube. The link is there at the bottom. Go to youtube.com/C/Captain Jack Rackham Levy. I am giving away a ticket to the last game. You got to have a really, really special reason. Make it worth my while. Because again, I'm not paying for you to fly out, or swim out, or ride out, or hitchhike out. That's on you. And no, I'm not just going to give it to a girl because you guys think I'm skirt chasing. No, that's not it either. I know of several very good stories that I've already been given, and so if you say, hey, we're buds and we're awesome together, that's nice, and I don't want you to be mad at me, but it's got to be better than that. So make sure you have a really good story. Don Webb, the Man Cave, okay? Actually, the Captain's Galleon, because you were talking about it. I spoke, that's proper English. I spoke to my interior designer who spoke to the contractor, and she said for me to get a hold of her after Thanksgiving, because then we would decide, and I'm looking at it right now, the space that's over the bar is going to have my Raider train set. I think you guys might have seen pictures of that or on Facebook when I did the live with the train set. So that'll be there. That'll be there done first. Is that a hand, Angie? I'd love to have you there for obvious reasons, but you know I'm sweet on you too. But I gotta make it worthwhile. Wolfman, good to see you, Johnny. Yeah, and feel better. Yep, we want everybody to feel better, and yeah, say prayers for Jimmy Farrell. And Don Webb saw the train set. Well, the train set, like I said, it's going to be over there, but I have so much extra track, and I got 2 Raider locomotives. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do is I'm going to split the train. I'm going to take the extra track. I'm going to get an extra power source. We only got one of those. So I can go to a hobby store and get an extra power source for the train. And I'm going to put a train set around my Raider Christmas tree. So I'll have the train that goes around all the time over the bar. And you know what I'm not a drinker, folks. I swear. And if you don't think so, ask Ed Winchell. Ask people that have gone with me through tailgates. I'm not a drinker. Cooter! Crazy Cooter. Queen is always worth your while. I know that, honey. And I want to see you real soon. I hope you're doing better. So I miss you. But the bar is for the entertainment of folks, so there'll be a nice Raider bar, and it's just not happening. But I drink Bailey's on the rocks. Okay, happened to his pen, so I take it the Penguins lost. Well, okay, if he calls. I'm an eater. Mike Serra's got it. Skull to you there, Cruiser. And Angie, but you need to please get a hold of me, honey. It's been a while. December 8th, and that's the game I'm missing, hon. I'm not going to the Titans game. That's the one game this year I'm missing, and I apologize, but I can't get out there. There you go. Ryan Nagel says it. I was at a tailgate with you at Indy. I was drinking. The captain was not. There's proof right there from Ryan Nagel. Angie, we'll have to get together for something hopefully soon as well. If you're on Facebook, please go to YouTube. YouTube.com/C/Captain Jack Rackham Levy. Very knowledgeable, great company, had the best time. Thank you there, Ed Winchell. I appreciate that. Line is open, 813-699-0834. I want to talk about the Bengals game. I want to talk about the Jets game upcoming. Because as I was alluding to, if the Raiders win the next 3 games, I think we can pretty much quantify we're going to the playoffs. Ange, IM me. We'll have to do something. Last year in Phoenix, you were eating, not drinking. There you go. Brian even said so. I'm an eater. You don't get this from being a teetotaler. I'm an eater. There you go. I want to see my Ange. I want to see my Queen of Darkness. Love you. You are awesome. Thanks, there, Don. Hope to see you at Lotto. I will, Matt. I will be there at the lots, man. I mean, especially if the tailgates are both together. Captain loves his Coca-Cola. That's true. Question, will we re-sign Burfict next year? Probably not. Oh, Warriette makes good fry bread? Oh my God, I love fried bread. I love fried bread. Man, that's I've had it once or twice. It's good. I love that. Weed? Are you really in weed? I love you too, honey. And that is from here. That's from the heart. You are a special lady. I'm letting that fuck you team towel thing go. I'm trying to get Mike to call you. Good, Becky. Line is open, 813-699-0834. Talking about the Bengals from last weekend. Ooh. Yeah, I know, Don. And as I was telling you, in Weed, California, that I don't even need to make a joke. That's a joke in itself. I mean, not intentionally. You see this? Steak and Shake. Milkshake. I'm an eater. Matt, it's possible. But I'll tell you this, though. Burfict is in his plus side of 30s. The kid that we signed the other day who was playing middle linebacker. Angie's been there too. if the what's his name? Preston? I think his name's Preston. I don't know if it can't remember if it's a first name or a last name. No, actually, Ryan, Preston was already cut prior to the Bengals game. Preston Brown, there you go, 27. He's young. and he was a very good player for the Bills. He wasn't playing up to his contract with the Bengals, which is why they cut him. Yeah, Preston Brown. So the Raiders had him even prior to the Bengals game. He's young. If he can do what Burfict was doing at a younger age, and remember, Burfict's a great player, but he has a lot of concussions, so that takes their toll. Okay, I gotta resume here. See this again. This is why, if you guys didn't see it, I had to pause something on Facebook because of an incoming text. If you're on Facebook, thank you. I appreciate it. Please go to YouTube. Randy Watson, sexual chocolate. Sexual chocolate, Randy Watson. Good to see you as well. Please come over to Facebook, from Facebook to YouTube. The link is at the bottom. Line is open, 813-609-0834. The Raiders, since we are talking about linebackers, the Raiders need to figure out what they're going to do. And if you read the Sports Illustrated article about that team from across the bay, it is a good article about how that team, who shall remain nameless, has redistributed the way that they play the game based upon the new era of, and it's similar to what Gruden does, with the fact that Gruden uses a lot of fullback, and that they run more because people are employing, more nickel and dime for defensive backs, so they're running more often. So the Raiders need to see whether they're going to actually employ, because it's more like a 5-2-4. So we'll see. But they need help at linebacker. They've needed help at linebacker. The last really good linebacker that the Raiders drafted, I think we went over this. It's not Slow-Mo Roe McClain. Napoleon Harris was a decent linebacker out of Northwestern. I'm not talking about 50 Who, because he was an outside linebacker / defensive end tweener. Raphael, I'll definitely see you in New York. Can't wait, sir. Could have been Greg Biekert, maybe. It's been a while. So they need help at linebacker. So if Preston Brown comes in, he's a younger, good, stout linebacker. Yeah, I like Kirk Morrison, but even if you talk about, Kirk was a really good linebacker, but I'm talking about better than above average. Wow, I like that stat, Matt. Since 1982, there's never been a rookie class with 10 sacks and 14 touchdowns. That's astounding. Thank you for sharing that, Matt. Thank you for sharing that. Again, thank you for watching on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, please come to YouTube. We are running a contest you have to be a YouTube subscriber, so go to my YouTube page, subscribe, and then show me in a clip that you are a subscriber. Then tell me the reason why you are going to be my +1 for the last regular season game in Oakland, 15 December. Please tell me that. And we'll pick a winner. The winner will be, you got until the 30th of this month to put your nominations in. Remember, YouTube subscriber, screen capture that, and then a reason why I should pick you. So let's do that. Biekert. Line is open, 813-699-0834. I know. Waryad. Ah, sweetheart. Fry bread is a really good reason. It is a really good reason, but there are better reasons I've already read. I'm just saying. Vinny's in as well. Thanks for coming in, Vinny. Hey, I'm doing all the talking here. What's up with this? Normally, it's where people are bouncing off the walls for calls. We've had 2 calls tonight. It was Jimmy Farrell, and then was it the gentleman from North Carolina? I think it was Preston. Hey, Stephanie Soto's calling in too. Fred Lujan, Freddie Gonzalez. Thank you for coming in on Facebook. Please come to YouTube. We're talking about the contest. Fried cheese? Oh, squeaky cheese. I do like cheese, but it's bad for my arteries. Martha Irene, good to see you, sweetheart. There we go. We got a call. Who are we talking? Oh, there we are. Ed Winchell, how you doing, brother? What's going on?
Well, I want to call in to make sure there's some action going on with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's make sure we take the number off so people won't disturb you till at least 5 minutes. How you doing there, Mr. Winchell?
I'm doing fabulous. Would you be kind enough to share your last Sunday evening with us? Sounds like you were having a great time.
On the way back.
Driving around in a stretch.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a stretch. It was a Mercedes-Benz though, and it was and I got to give her lots of love because of how wonderful she is. My wonderful love and thanks to Miss Carla Griffin, who showed me a fabulous weekend in Oakland.
Awesome.
We went to on the Saturday night, we went to a birthday party that was for Keelan Doss's, it was either his mom or his aunt was having a birthday party. I didn't quite catch if it was Keelan Doss's mom or Keelan Doss's aunt or a sister, a mom's sister. But it was
he there?
No, he wasn't there. But it was a good time with some good people. That was down in Alameda. Then we drove from Alameda back to Stockton, where Miss Griffin lives. Then we wake up, and Miss Griffin made me some wonderful breakfast, and it's like it was very filling because then we get out to the tailgate, and there's a part of her. I can't remember what it's. Is it West Side Crew? It's something crew, and it's an A-lot, and they have food up the yin yang. They have a bar, and it was food. But we stopped by. We picked up Mama Lynch, and then
is that Marshawn? Is that Marshawn's mom?
Yeah, Marshawn's mom. We picked up Marshawn's mom, and then another lady by name of Sharon. I can't remember her last name. And this lady is like in her 60s, but she is a dynamo, and was
she had you going, didn't she?
Oh, dancing her ass off just like I was dancing, and I didn't have my cane with me, so I said, screw it. If I don't have my cane with me, I'm just gonna go all out. So I danced a lot, and it was a good time there. The game, like I said, was frustrating. Because the Raiders, and Ed, you know this as well. We always seem to play down to the shitty teams.
It's incredible.
Yeah, and we've been doing it since the 1970s, and it just needs to, it needs to end. Needs to end.
We were doing this when Blanda was under center.
True.
For sure.
Yeah.
But tell me about your party.
My buddy.
No, your party.
My party.
With Mama Lynch and
okay. Well, after the game, and we're rolling out. It's like, and I was doing like the lyrics to Eazy-E, rolling through Oakland in our sixth foe, and that's what the lyrics were supposed to be like. And it was awesome because we had the 3 ladies in the back. We picked up Carla's sister, dropped her off and I call it the side streets of Oakland. Because those streets are narrow.
Oh.
And I was afraid that she was going to ding up her Mercedes, and really nice Mercedes, by the way. And then we had to go back. We were going out towards Stockton, and we stopped in at the was it Red Robin, with some really good food there. And I was so dehydrated, man. It's like I had the all you can drink. Strawberry ice, like a strawberry Arnold Palmer, like I drink Arnold Palmers, and then I also had the all-you-can-drink root beer float, and I had way a bunch on that, and the burger was very good, so we had a really good time. But by the time, because of the traffic and because of going there and then dropping the ladies off and then going out there, by the time I got to Carla's house to do the show, it was already like 1 o'clock on the East Coast and 10 in the Pacific. And I'm like, I'm not doing a show now. Because it was not a lot of...
It was like an hour and a half from the stadium.
Yeah. It was a long trip. So...
You know that Stockton is very dangerous, Captain?
Stockton's dangerous?
Oh, God. Got one of the highest murder in the country.
Wow.
Very dangerous.
Did not know that. As long as I stay with the people that I stay with, I think I'll be okay.
I just want you to know for future, because anybody who lives in California will attest to this. It is probably one of the most dangerous cities in California.
Okay. Well.
So you know.
Well, what they call it's OBE now, overtaken by events. I'm here.
Well, I'm glad you had a great time. I missed the show, but I could tell when you sent in that 10 o'clock video that you were having an incredible time.
Yeah, we had a good time in the car. Mama Lynch was awesome. Sharon is awesome. Carla's a wonderful lady as well. So, what's better than to have 3 awesome ladies to hang out with, all by myself?
Did Mama Lynch ever give you any information about how Marshawn's doing? I know he opened a restaurant in Oakland.
Yep. Actually, Marshawn does have a restaurant. She said to make sure to go out there. She said that they have a Mama Lynch plate. She said it's like 2 pork chops, 2 fish fillets, 2 of this and 2 of that, and I'm like, damn, that's unreal. And like you could probably take the Mama Lynch plate and split it with 3 people.
It is really like down home Southern cooking.
Uh-huh.
I've been there, and the food is incredible. Food's incredible, but I hear he's opening up another one.
Well, it's possible.
Oh yeah, what's he doing these days? Does he tell you anything about Marshawn?
Well, I don't know if this is general consumption, but Marshawn is going to be very involved in football in Oakland.
I've heard. For high school.
More than that.
Really?
Yeah. But I don't want to say anything more because I'm not sure what has been disseminated to the general public.
Uh-huh.
That's all I'm going to say. That Marshawn is going to be very involved in football in Oakland.
He's a great guy. Everybody I talked to about him for the last, he's from Oakland.
Right.
He went to high school. He went to high school there.
Uh-huh.
And I saw some videos a couple weeks ago of his high school football games, and they were incredible when he was in high school.
Oh, yeah, and Mama Lynch did say this. She said that her youngest son is somebody that needs to be watched, and I guess he's either a JUCO player or something, and I don't remember exact. I wish I could remember his name, but look up. Actually, apparently the Raiders and the Niners both had him in for tryouts this past year. He didn't make the team, unfortunately, but he was in camps for both. He said that this kid is phenomenal to make sure that you watch out for him.
I've heard that. I've heard that. Forget his name, but I've heard about him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's got scouts watching him from all over the country.
That's right. And
well, listen, I know you're headed to New York. I sure hope the Raiders. I don't know if I'm getting grumpy or what, but they're killing me. Killing me.
They've been killing me for 40 years, man.
You know, why can't they go in and just take care of business with a winless season and just kick their friggin' ass?
Right. Yeah, they always make it difficult. They
can do it. They have the potential to do it.
Right.
And I think in New York, we better watch our P's and Q's because, you know, if Sam Darnold out of USC, which I love, has any sort of game, it's going to be a nail biter. Although I do think that the Raiders will come on top.
I hope.
So do I.
Because I don't want to leave New York.
No.
Going, and it's going to be cold and miserable this weekend. It's supposed to rain.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be cold and miserable and not get a win. Ed, I'm gonna go to get V-Dub on the phone, but thanks for calling in, brother.
Good talking to you, buddy. Be well.
All right, you got it. That was Ed Winchell, and we get to the wonderful stylistic sounds of Vince Whittle. V-Dub Productions is in the house. How you doing there, brother?
I'm doing all right, man. It's been a while since I've been able to actually have a day off while you do your streams, my man.
Well, only because I'm flying tomorrow, I figured I would do one on Wednesday when I was available. Now, I might do one tomorrow depending upon when I get in and if I can keep out of trouble tomorrow night, but I don't have anything going on so far.
You stay out of trouble?
I'm just saying. I got nothing planned, but we'll see. I'm in Jersey. Now is where I'm in Jersey. I mean, hopefully I'm in a place that's not as violent as what we were saying that everybody was talking about how Stockton was.
Stockton, yeah, it's crazy over there at Stockton.
I had a good time.
Are you staying with people over in Stockton when you come back out here?
I will. I mean, if I go to California, and I'll be very honest. The only reason why I would go to California would be to visit friends because there's nothing in California, at least in Northern California. Let me quantify that because I do have family down in San Diego. There's not a football team in San Diego, so I wouldn't go to San Diego to watch a football game. Okay.
And you wouldn't watch them anyway unless it was the Raiders playing them.
Exactly. And so if I go to California, it's going to go see family or friends. So if anybody wants to invite me out for a weekend, I would definitely consider it because I love everybody out there, and it's not like I won't go out there. It's just a matter of the cost of going out there. So we'll see.
See, I had to go down Highway 12 to get to Stockton. It was about an hour drive. I live in a town called Fairfield, which is...
Oh, I know where Fairfield is. That's near Napa.
Yes, it is. Not too far.
Yeah, because we stayed in Fairfield when we went to Napa. It was... I can't remember... It was the opening game, and I know that I got into an accident on September 11th. I remember that accident. But we were coming down from Fairfield, and I got in an accident on the 880 right when the 880 does the turn for like you go to the west to go across the bridge, and you continue down 880 to go down to Oakland. I got into an accident. I was hit. Okay, let me quantify that. I was hit in a rental car by a gentleman, and I wrote a wonderful story about it. This was when I was still writing for the Raider News. I can't remember what the name of the site was.
Raider Nation Times.
Yeah, Raider Nation Times. Thanks, Vince. Man, you got it. I'm brain farting shit here, but yeah, Raider Nation Times. I wrote it, and the guy that hit me, and I got him in my phone somewhere, but it was on the website for, and I can't remember the website. but it was for
Was this before you joined my podcast, or
possibly, but it was like he hit me, and he did sell things from people that were like convicted killers and serial killers and things like that. And he said that like he had just a couple days earlier had went to see Charlie, and I went, Charlie? He goes, yeah, Charlie. And I'm like, Manson? He goes, yeah. So he had just seen Charlie, and he had a skull in his car, and he was showing me this real human skull in his car while we're getting information for the accident. And there was this other chick that was in the back seat of his car that's screaming bloody murder because she wants us to get out of the thing because she had a bunch of weed on her. And she was afraid that the cops were going to go and haul her ass in. But the funny thing is that she actually went after him in a lawsuit because apparently in the accident she got hurt. Yeah. So she was employing me to talk about him in the accident, and he was saying don't talk to her, and then she said don't talk to him. And I'm just like, I'm in the middle, and I'm like, I ain't talking to anybody. Okay, I'm just.
He said, she said, BS.
Yeah. So it was weird. In fact, and I saw her again. If you remember the Oakland Raider fan convention a couple years ago, before this past one was the last time they had one there. She came out to Raider fan convention dressed like a pirate, so she can like take pictures with me. Good looking. Well. Okay, better than average.
Did you recognize her?
Oh, I recognized her, but she's a freaky deaky. And
yeah.
But I was like, man, I want no part of your he said, she said bullshit. And eventually, that's what. And Jerry D, that's right, zip it. That's right, zip it. I'm keeping it real. But yeah, it was a good time. But that was the last time that I was in Fairfield, because that's why I knew I would bring it around to what the conversation was.
Fairfield, yeah. I'll see. I actually ended up bringing that up because by default, because I mentioned where I live.
Yeah. Oh, I want to make sure I give you a little more time.
Next time you're in Fairfield, man, we'll go to this good place called Evelyn's Big Italian's Pizzeria.
Okay.
In downtown Fairfield.
Well, if I get out to California, it would only be because I would be going there to see people. Now, if the Flyers go play the Sharks sometime, maybe I'll figure out when that would be.
Oh, SAP Center.
Yeah.
I can just take the train straight there and stay overnight.
Yeah. So there will be a reason why. Now, Carla has said that I can stay with her anytime. Great lady, love her to death. Very, very beautiful, wonderful woman. I know Becky lives out there as well. Becky said I can hang out with her. So if you want to host the captain, and Ed Winchell said I can hang out on his couch. Actually, that's not true.
Unfortunately for me, though, I got too many people living in my house.
Then we need to get you out of your house there, Vince.
Oh, man, but California's too darn expensive, man, and...
Well, how many people do you got living in your house?
Let me see. There's 6 of us.
Wow, 6, and
yeah.
By the way, lots of love to my girl Cassandra Lopez. Thank you for watching, honey. If you're on Facebook, please come to YouTube. Please come to YouTube.
Come to YouTube. Leave a like. Join the chat there.
That's right, because it's easier for me to see the comments, and the sound is better. When was my first Raiders game? I'm going to answer. Logan Mower. Good question, brother. Ed Winchell's I got my own bedroom and a housekeeper. Does the housekeeper do the room and me?
Oh, see, that's cool. That's cool. Ed Winchell got a housekeeper for you.
Yeah. I'm not touching that with
basically, he's hosting his own Airbnb.
Ed, I'll keep. Like I said, Ed, you give me a flight, man. Maybe during the summer. Oh, let me answer the question before I get off base.
Yeah.
Vince, okay, let you answer it first while we're here. What was your first Raiders game, Vince?
First Raider game was back in 2011 against the Browns.
Was that the game where we blocked the kick and won the game?
No, that was 2011 when Campbell got hurt.
I remember that game too. Vince, I got another line. It's great hearing from you, brother.
Man, hopefully you're gonna be out here for the Jaguar game.
I will be.
Look at tickets for that one.
I will be there for the Jaguar game. Let's see if we can get
$300 for tickets for that one. But yeah,
let's get together. We'll see you up. I guess. Hey, Ryan Nagel was calling.
Sorry, man.
No worries.
Sorry,
Ryan, you were calling in. Call back. You were calling in. I'm gonna let you call back. Make sure you get some tickets for the game there, Vince. Like I said, I sold mine, and apparently I was selling them for too cheap, which is why the guy bought them for me, and now he has them for sale for $100 more each ticket than I was selling them for.
Okay, where's that at?
Was it the club?
The club?
Yeah, I had my tickets, and I sold them for, I think it was basically like $250 a pop. Right?
Oh man, see, I could have bought one of those at least.
Yeah.
Now I got to pay $300 just for sitting in the upper deck.
Right, and so this guy buys my tickets, then turns around and sells the tickets for like $350 a pop.
Scumbag.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to call him that.
He is. He is a scumbag. I mean, because I wanted to make sure that somebody had tickets to that game that was a real fan, and I wasn't out to juice anybody. Okay, I think
that $250 for club seats, that's reasonable. I have to say this. I think you're being a little too cheap on that one.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not out to fuck people over, but this guy. You know, this guy, you know what? May he not find a buyer. Let's put it this way. May he not find a buyer. Or if he finds a buyer, make sure that it's somebody that they're at Ryan's back.
All right, now I hear that going off. So
all right.
I'm going to start off with this. Yar!
Yar! Good hearing from you, Vince. You take care, brother.
Good here.
Whoop! I'm sorry, Vince. I apologize. I want to make sure I get Ryan this time. Vince, I'm sorry I cut you off, brother. I'm very sorry I cut you off. Ryan Nagel, how you doing? Jared, you're gonna have to wait, Jared. I'm gonna hear from Ryan first, Jared. Ryan, take care. What's going on, brother?
How you doing? It was awesome seeing you at the Indy game. I just want to ask you something. Why is Gruden being so conservative?
Well, Gruden is conservative, Ryan. Gruden has been conservative since the very first time he was coaching the Raiders in what I call Gruden 1.0. Gruden is infuriatingly conservative. And because
the Browns, that Bengals game, we should have killed them in the first three series. We went 3-0.
Right. But the thing is that if you're talking about Gruden overall, Gruden is a very conservative coach. If you remember when Bill Callahan came in and put an up check on the Raider offense when Gruden went to Tampa, and Callahan souped up that offense. Callahan's the one that took the what do you call it, like the restrictor plates off the car, and that's what was going on. Oh, I love you too. I love my Cassandra. I love everybody. I love my ladies, and I definitely love. I'm getting a lot of love from all the girls, from the ladies. I got Becky and Cassandra, and I got the Queen of the Darkness over there. I love all you ladies, and I can't wait to see you all. Can't wait to. I'm sorry, Ryan. I'm going off.
You're all right. You were at the game last week, right?
Yeah, I was at the game.
Why? We were in the fourth quarter. We were on the 33-yard line. Don't we believe in Carlson? They punted it on the 33-yard line in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Instead of going for a field goal.
Yeah, I agree. And we were up by the same 7 points that we won by. And even if we kicked the field goal and Carlson is wide, they still have to score a field goal a touchdown just to tie us. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. We weren't giving up that much field position.
Right. And that was infuriating because, again, if I'm not mistaken, didn't the punt go into the end zone and he started from the 20-yard line anyway?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
did you hear any rumors about Jack Del Rio?
Yeah, I heard the rumors that we were going to get rid of Paul Gunther and hire Del Rio. That's a bunch of crap.
I mean, what would you think if Del Rio came in? Is he still got it?
No.
I mean,
no. Del Rio does not still have it. Del Rio is an awful coordinator. And the reason why I say this is the fact is when we got him from Denver, all the Denver fans, they were so happy to get rid of Jack Del Rio as their defensive coordinator. They were ecstatic. They said, you guys are going to rue the day. And we did, okay? Now, granted, Del Rio was there when we were 12-4, but that was basically Derek Carr that did a lot, those smoke and mirrors that season in 2016. Why we were 12-4 was because that was really a 7-9 to 9-7 team, and that's what happened. Okay, we were not as good as our record indicated. Del Rio sucks as a coordinator, and the reason you can find that out is he let the guy that is the coordinator in Seattle now, I can't remember his name, the linebacker for the Cowboys and the Niners, Norton. Ken Norton Jr. sucks too.
I know, because it took him forever to get rid of him. And when he finally got rid of him, he brought in Pagano. We went from like a ranked 20th defense to like a top 5 defense in like 4 weeks.
Yep. And
I wish Gruden would have kept him when he brought his own people in.
Well, it was a matter of scheme, and like I said, if Paul Gunther has the personnel, Paul Gunther can run a really good defense. I saw it when he was with Cincinnati. He has to have the personnel. And at the beginning of this year, he didn't have it. And even last year, we were getting a little bit better, and it's a matter of people are meshing to his system. Paul Gunther, if he has the personnel, will run a very good defense. So you got to let him run it.
I think one more draft and we'll be set on defense.
Right. Yeah, I think so.
Especially the more the Bears lose, the better it's looking for us.
Yeah, and as long as Trubisky keeps playing, the that draft pick is going to get nothing but better and better and better. That's for true.
Is Chuck Pagano? He's at Chicago, isn't he? Is he their defensive coordinator? I was thinking he was.
Well, I know that they lost their defensive coordinator because he's the coach in Denver. Ryan, I don't want to say for sure. I think that might be right. But
because they had a top 5 defense, now it's like ranked like 15th.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, Mac hasn't done shit this year.
Exactly. And remember, we don't.
I heard Cam Newton's going to the Bears, I hear.
Well, Cam Newton is going to go somewhere. Cam Newton could pretty much write his own ticket because the Panthers have been playing well without him, with Allen as their quarterback, and he's getting a lot of money, and they're just going to cut ties with him, and so he'll go wherever he wants to go.
But the question is, do the Bears have any room to trade? All they have is a second round. They don't have any first. They don't have any thirds.
Right.
They want to give all that up.
Yeah, they don't really have a lot of collateral for those trades.
And my last question for you: what's your opinion on Farrell? I'm seeing people downing him. He's taking him some time, but he's coming around, I think.
Yeah, and it's because Cleve Farrell is playing more as a defensive end now. Later in this season, he was playing a lot on the inside as a DT, and he's not a defensive tackle, and he's not familiar with playing there. And so now that he's playing more end, bookended by Crosby, he's playing a hell of a lot better, and he's only going to be an improvement. And so we got 2 good bookend ends and they called it themselves, salt and pepper. It's going to be really good additions for us, man.
Especially with Benson in there too.
Yeah, with Mayella coming in situations, and then hopefully when Arden Key comes back next year, injury free. The thing with Arden Key might not be on this team next year. He hasn't shown enough to be on this team. But I'm telling you this as well. Mayella is on a 1-year contract. So if unless he gives a reasonable offer if the Raiders want to re-sign him at a reasonable offer, he'll be back. If he wants this exorbitant contract because he had a very good year and he can ask for it, he won't be back next year.
And I think with Abram back next year, we'll have an awesome defense. I
agree. Ryan, always good hearing from you, brother, and thank you for calling in.
No problem, bud. We'll talk to you.
All right, you take care.
Have a safe trip to New Jersey.
I will, man.
Hopefully you can bring us on a win.
Hey, hopefully so as well. And again, you take care, Ryan.
You too.
All right, that was Ryan Nagel, and again, I apologize to Vince for cutting him off. Cassandra, you can call in. I'd love to hear from my Raiderettes as well. What do you think of Preston Brown? I like him there, Logan. I think he's a very good linebacker that was not living up to his potential in Cincinnati. They cut him loose, and I think he's going to be a very good addition for us. And he's only 27 years old, so that's important. Line is open. Let me make sure we get that. We don't want to knock out a caller. There we go. Line is open. I know, but I cut you when you were like trying to say goodbye. I hate that portion. When you're saying something, I try not to do that. So who do we got? There we go. We get our Pittsburgh report from Jared D. How you doing there, Jared? What's going on, brother?
Good, Captain Jack. How you doing tonight? You're in New York for the big Oakland, New York game this weekend.
Yeah.
Nice weather for you there.
Well, it's gonna be cold. It's gonna get colder throughout the weekend. I fly out tomorrow. Friday I saw it's gonna be like overcast, and then it's gonna get progressively colder Saturday and progressively colder Sunday, and it's supposed to rain on Sunday.
Well, the stage ride, the important thing is just not leaving Le'Veon Bell around a peg or two. He hasn't done much in New York as it was anyway. He's been very, very slow this year. He hasn't been the back that the Jets were hoping for this year. After what the Jets did against Washington last week, however, I don't think he's going to be much of a factor. I don't feel this week at all, however.
Well, like I said, Jared, don't sleep on these teams that have a lot to do with making their season better. Any team that is in well below 500 like the Jets are, live to beat a team that has aspirations for a P word, which I won't say, and it makes nothing but wonderfulness in their locker room when they can say, hey, we went in and we beat the Raiders because they thought they were all that and a biscuit. And you never sleep on these teams.
No, you don't. And the Steelers, of course, have got their own agenda with Cincinnati this week after what happened last week, of course, with the fight in which we have still not heard. No suspension for Rudolph at all, surprisingly, however. I thought they would have said something today. He did apologize today from what I saw. Now we're hearing that there's going to be no Schuster in the lineup again this week because of a concussion and an injury. Connor should play Sunday. Right now, however, the Steelers know that, if they lose this one, unlike last week, then this one's over. This is pretty much, you lose this one, an 0-2 in the last two games, the teams from Ohio, you might as well stack in the season and mail in the season to the Bengals. Since you tried their damnedest last week, against the Raiders, and they came up a little short, but now that they're back home, however, the only thing they've got, A.J. Green returning, however, the Steelers always seem to struggle against him, so they cannot sleep on this game, but they've got to get back and at least try to finish respectably strong if they can, however, because the next few weeks are not going to be easy. You got, like I said, Cleveland the following week. You got Arizona the week after that. Then you got Buffalo, and then you got the Jets. So, the Steelers now know this is a must-win game. They have to win this game.
Yeah, and Jared, but because I was asked by Jimmy Farrell
yes,
and he said, "What the hell happened to your Penguins tonight?"
Actually, I don't think they played tonight. I'll double check.
Well, maybe it was the last time the Penguins played. That's what was implied.
Oh, it might have been last night. They lost a tough one with the Islanders last night. They were winning 2-0 in that game, and they just fell apart in the third period. I mean, that's been their problem. Like I said, without Crosby for the next 6 weeks, it is going to hurt them. There is no question about it. They got the Islanders coming up again on tomorrow night in Brooklyn. Friday night, they got the Devils here in Pittsburgh, which is also going to be a light-up night, however, here in Pittsburgh. Yeah, the Penguins right now, for the last week to 10 days or 2 weeks, have been struggling. Like I said, they do miss Chris Letang. No question about it, averaging 20-25 minutes on the ice. They miss Crosby. Murray continues to be shaky at times in the net. Crosby, I mean, like I said, is a big loss, yeah. But they got young guys like Getzel and Rust that are stepping up to play, especially Getzel. He continues to do pretty well. But I think right now the big thing is they miss Crosby. They need Letang, a big defenseman back. And if they do that, they'll be okay. But right now, I mean, they are just right now, they're really stuck right now. I mean, they're caught basically with their pants down, so to speak. I mean, it is very tough. But talk about hockey, though. What about what happened today in Toronto? Toronto fires Mike Babcock.
Yeah,
they thought he was the big story. They thought, oh, he's going to be the big thing in Toronto.
Yeah.
Look what they think.
And Babcock, like I said, the Maple Leafs and the Lightning were the top two teams as far as odds to make the Stanley Cup this year, and both of them have started very slow with the Leafs giving Babcock the third prize. So
yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm looking here. The Penguins right now are fourth at the moment right now in the Metro Division. I'm just trying to pull up their record if I can here. Like I said, I know they're fourth right now, but we'll see what happens there. I'm trying to get this thing going. This thing is not playing fair with me. Let's see. I'll pull up another way. Hold on. Let's see here. Penguins schedule. Yeah, right now they're 11-7-3. They're not playing too bad right now. They're okay, but like I said, you've got the Islanders tomorrow night. Of course, they're 15-3. You've got the Devils coming here on Friday night. Then on Tuesday, Calgary comes here. Then on Wednesday, of course, Vancouver comes here. Then they play at Columbus next Friday after Thanksgiving, and then at St. Louis next Saturday. So they've got a tough stretch coming up this next week or 10 days. So we'll see what happens with them. But like I said, last night was inexcusable. I mean, you're up 2-0 against the Islanders. You should have won that game, but Murray just kind of broke down in that game. But they're still hanging around for the most part. But again, the big thing is Crosby. They missed tremendously.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least they didn't lose to the damn Florida Panthers 5-2 like my Flyers did. Inexcusable.
Yeah, my wife is a Flyers fan. I'll tell you that. I mean, we only played them 3 times this year, which is so weird because of that. I mean, we're going to play them twice more. I think after December. I think we're going to play twice more. Once in Philly, I know. I think in mid-January, and I think a couple weeks there back here in Pittsburgh, sometime in early March. I think I'm not sure. I'll have to double check my notes to be sure.
Okay, well, I want to do some trips. I know that I'm watching my Flyers here in Tampa the 2 times that they're here later in the season. Now, depending upon availability, I'll come up and visit and maybe do some things like that. By the way, if you're on Facebook, go to YouTube, subscribe to YouTube, and you can be in for the prize where you can be sitting with the captain for the last regular season home game in Oakland. Become a subscriber.
What did you make of Le'Veon Bell's comments today? Did you hear about what he said about the drug testing? What was your take on that whole matter?
Who's this now?
Le'Veon Bell. He criticized the NFL drug test policy. He had something to say about it. I don't know if you heard about it today. Yeah, he said this, however. The NFL is about to have, this is CBS Sports talking. The NFL is about to have a problem with Le'Veon Bell, and it's because Le'Veon Bell has a problem with the NFL.
Yeah.
He said this: I have had 5 random HGH blood tests in 10 weeks. NFL, I'm not doing another after today. Whatever you're all looking for, it obviously ain't there. And I'm not about to keep allowing you all to stick me those dirty-ass needles. Find the players who really do that HGH BS and get off of me.
You know what? I agree, but I also don't agree. Okay?
Yeah.
If he's in a program, he has to abide by the rules of the program. And if the program wants to stick those quote-unquote dirty needles in him, then it's because Le'Veon Bell was fucked up and had too many positive blood tests because of his weed. So if he's going to complain, he points the finger. Remember, when you point the finger at somebody, there's 3 more pointing back at you. So I agree with that to a point, but you know, if you're going to do the crime, you're going to do the time, and that is the portion of the fact that you are in the program for a reason. So and I tell you, I can see that maybe that when the NFL and the Players Association are going to have to come to a bit of an agreement, because I think they're going to be going to a 17-game schedule. With 17 games, there's going to be 2 bye weeks. The players are going to want something, and maybe that something is, you know, weed doesn't count as a strike.
Yeah.
Maybe,
exactly.
maybe, but we'll see what happens there.
Sure. But we'll see. We will see.
Okay. Well, obviously, it's always good hearing from you for the Pittsburgh report from my forward deployed analyst in Pittsburgh. Thanks for calling in, Jared. Always a pleasure.
No problem. You have a good time in New York. I'll bring home a win.
You got it. Thanks again, shipmate.
Yep.
All right. That's Jared. Always good to hear from him. And we are on here. Let me see. How long have we been on? Let's see. Not that one. Well, okay. We've been on for an hour and a half. 1 hour 35. Not too bad. Line is open, 813-699-0834. Jerry D is afraid of a upset, and he's on the line now. Jerry D, how you doing, brother? I was just talking about you.
All right, Cap. How's it going?
I'm good, man. I mean, I didn't even know that I was going to be talking about you. I was saying that you were talking upset. I got you on the line. I'm not going to say anything. You tell me, because I know that you are going to be very, very constructive and literate in your view. So go ahead, shipmate.
Okay, number one, I was not impressed with that win over the Bengals. They should have kicked the shit out of the Bengals. They did not.
I agree.
Okay. Then I also have a problem with a team that's flying cross country.
I agree.
The Jets are a better team than people realize.
That's true. They're not a 3-7 team.
I just have a funny feeling. I'm naturally rooting for the Raiders. I just have a funny feeling. The line opened up at 4.5. Now it's 2.5. That means a ton of fucking money's going on the Jets.
And
I had that feeling this is a big trap game. I just hope they go in there ready to fucking play, because the Jets are gonna give them everything they can handle.
I think so. I think so.
Am I predicting upset? It's a very strong possibility. That team has to be on their game. If not, they will go down.
Well, the thing is that with the Jets defense being what it is, very strong and staunch against the run, but suspect against the pass, other than the fact that they have a very good safety. But that safety is more of a run stoppage safety than he is about a cover safety. So, and that's Jamal Adams. He's very good in the box. I think that the Raiders are going to need to throw, and then occasionally run Jacobs or Washington or whoever, just to keep them off balance. But again, I think that if Carr has a very good game, and he's been averaging really good games, if he has a better than Carr average game, the Raiders should win, providing that they can get their offense together.
Yeah. You also got to look at this. So this is what I've been looking at also. That Jet team plays in a division where they play that Patriots defense, which is no joke.
Right.
They play that Buffalo defense, which is top notch. The Raiders really in that division. What defense are they really playing in that division? I mean, the Broncos, the Chiefs have no defense whatsoever. They're all offense.
Yep.
The Chargers suck. Look at what Philip Rivers did the other night. 4 interceptions. They're fucking horrible.
Yeah.
The Jets play against better opposition in the division. This is going to be a tough game. If they can come out of this game with a win, I will be ecstatic.
Yeah, and again, I actually see is providing that the Raiders are not overlooking to the Kansas City game. And if they play to their utmost and not take the Jets lightly, if the Raiders can win, I think that the Raiders can go on a continue this win streak. They've already won. They've already won 3. But this is the most important game. This is that obstacle game, not necessarily a trap game, but this is that game where where you like the guy is the hero in the movie, and there's these stones, and he has to jump and make sure he hits the stones in order to get to the prize at the other end. This is the stone that's a little bit farther than the other ones were and is slippery. This is the slippery game, and I think the Raiders need to pay attention to this. I mean, you should pay attention to each game, and not look ahead. But this is that slippery, longer stone that the Raiders need to make sure that they don't look past.
Yeah, I just hope they don't play as well as they played against the Bengals, because if they play the same way they played against the Bengals, they will lose.
Yeah, I agree. If they play the same game that they played against the Bengals, you are correct. They will lose this game.
We shall see.
We shall see. Now, am I going to see you out for one of the events or whatnot?
That's a strong possibility.
Okay, well, good. I definitely want to see my brother out there, and hopefully we can get together for a slice of pie, baby. I want my pie.
All right. I'll talk to you on Facebook.
All right, brother. Hey, always good hearing from you, Jerry. You take care of yourself.
All right, my brother. Have a great night.
You do too. Awesome hearing from Jerry D, my boy in Westchester, I believe, or it's Chester. Where the fuck is it? Is it Westchester? Chester? Somewhere up there. Great guy. Love Jerry D. Love Jimmy, and between Jimmy Farrell and Jerry D, and then I have Carmine calling in occasionally, with the big, thick New York accents. It's wonderful. So, and again, I'm going to put this up. I appreciate everybody being on Facebook. Thanks for subscribing, Logan. Appreciate that. You're right, Logan. We have lost a lot of the East Coast games in recent times. But remember, 2016, we started to win these games. So we have to think like we were in Westchester. Yeah, I was right then. Good. As long as we can win these games, and again, this is the most important game. I mean, they're all important, but this is the one. This is that game where if you can win 4 in a row, I guarantee you we can win 6 in a row. But you got to start with this one. This is that tricky one. And if you lose to the Jets, it's a conference loss that's gonna come and bite you in the ass. It's a conference loss that's gonna bite you in the ass, just like that conference loss against the Texans were. Because if it comes down to it, if it's between us and the Texans are going to the playoffs because they beat us. If it comes down between us and the Colts, we're going because we beat them. You can't afford these conference losses. And that's why the Titan game is that much important as well. But let's do the Jets first. Line is open, 813-699-0834. It is almost 11 o'clock. And I need to pack. So we got about 5 minutes to go. Let's end this around 11 o'clock. Yeah, I think we should do that. I mean, no offense to everybody, but we definitely, I got things I got to do. Line is open, 813-699-0834. Give me a caller. If you're out there and you haven't called in yet, and again, thank you for calling in. And if you're on Facebook, thank you. Thank you for being a subscriber when you go over to YouTube. Yeah, I know, Ace, we need to take, I got you, the Jets. You don't take anybody lightly. You can't overlook any team. but I firmly believe if you beat the Jets, you get on that run. You go to Kansas City, you win in Kansas City, and you can go from there. Mike, Sarah, good to hear from you, brother. How's Missouri, baby?
It's awesome. Yeah, we're actually 60 degrees today, man. It's beautiful out.
Wow, 60 in Missouri?
Yeah, man. I mean, last Tuesday was like 22 degrees, so I think we're doing better.
Yeah. I mean, that's at, what, 40 degrees? I can do easy math.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so anyway, I don't want to go ahead too much with the games. I know that I'm working out, so excuse the heavy breathing here.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, you either need to be working out or I need to hear the squeals of a very happy lady with you as well.
Oh, I wish that was the case. Unfortunately, not at this time.
Okay.
No, I was going to say, you're aware, I'm sure you're aware of the Chiefs game being moved up.
Yes. The Chiefs game is now a 4 o'clock game, which is good, which is better for us because it's in the same time zone or close to it because they're Central Time. So it's closer to where we would be playing the game if it was back on the West Coast. It's also good for us because that means that's more time for Raider fans to get together and tailgate.
Yeah. So it'll be a little warmer, but I would think towards the end of the game when it's dark out, because it's usually pretty dark by 6 o'clock, it might be a little cold out there then.
Yeah, and I know I'm going to freeze my ass off this weekend, and I'm going to freeze my ass off next weekend. I don't mind being frozen, but damn it, they better win.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. I mean, I agree with Jerry B. I mean, that guy's right on, man. It's everybody just looking past the Jets and talking about going into Kansas City 7-4. I'm like, man,
no,
this is going to be a tough game.
Yeah, you got to get that win first. And how you doing there, Lee? Good to see from you as well.
And I wouldn't look past Sam Darnold either. I mean, that guy threw 4 touchdown passes. I know it was against Washington, but you know what? Our defense, is susceptible to some good passing days against us. So. Yeah,
I mean, like I said, Mahomes had obviously a very good second quarter. We did already play Aaron Rodgers, and he did well. Stafford did well. So I'm not saying that Sam Darnold is in that caliber, but he has the capabilities and the heritage to be a quarterback like those guys. So we need to make sure that we keep him under thumb.
Yeah, we have to make him see ghosts. Isn't that what he said that time against the Patriots?
Yeah, I was seeing ghosts. Yeah. Well, we got Salt and Pepper back there, and hopefully we get some push up the middle and have a big dose of, Hurst and Hankins up the middle, Salt and Pepper on the ends, and hopefully those balls will float, and our younger kids in the secondary will get those interceptions. So hopefully that's what happens.
Yeah, and I know everybody wasn't real pleased with that Cincinnati game, but we did have some great performances. Nobody's mentioned anything about Max Crosby and his 4 sacks.
Oh yeah, defensive player of the week.
Yeah, Trayvon Mullen with the interception at the end. That kid is going to be good.
Yeah, and he almost had a pick 6 earlier in the game. If it would have went into his hands, he could have had a pick 6 then as well.
Oh, he's going to get one.
Yeah,
he's going to get one eventually. He almost had one against Houston, his first start.
Yeah, and so he's almost had 2 of them, because I know that he dropped. Was it against San Diego that he dropped the pick 6, or? Yeah, I know he had one against Houston, so he might have had at least maybe 2 pick 6s already.
Yeah, exactly. Against Houston and against yesterday or Sunday.
Okay.
Against Bengals. So
yeah.
Hey. I really like the rookies. I mean, obviously it's the best rookie. I don't know if you saw all the stats. We're number 1 in everything as far as the rookie class goes. So it's amazing.
Yeah, Mr. Was it Martini or Santini? I can't remember who it was. Put up the stats: the most sacks and the most touchdowns of any rookie class ever.
Yeah. And, I was talking to my buddy when we were watching the Bengals game, and I was telling him, man, the rookies are getting all these touchdowns. He goes, yeah, but think about it. That's pretty much all we have getting touchdowns, because that's really all we have playing on offense. We got a couple of established players like Tyrell Williams, a few other guys, but most of our guys on offense are rookies.
That's right.
As far as receiving and running.
Right. And Tyrell Williams is out for several games. I hope that he will be back there next year. We do need a stalwart number one receiver, and that's why I think that maybe CeeDee Lamb or Ruggs from Alabama, one of those picks.
Isn't there a guy named Judy from Alabama?
Yeah, but I think Judy's going to be gone by the time we pick. I mean, even if the Bears continue to lose, I think their pick would only drop down to maybe a top 10 pick. But at the very end of top 10, I think that Jerry Jeudy is probably going to be gone before we get to him. But like I said, I think that CeeDee Lamb, who's also in the SEC, and Ruggs is a hell of a receiver out of Alabama. So I'm thinking that one of those guys will fall to us on what would be that pick, for Chicago in like number 10, 11, something like that.
Yeah, and I've never been a big fan of picking a wide receiver in the first round. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. Darius Hayward-Bay is one of them.
Yeah, well, I mean, but remember the guy that we passed up was Michael Crabtree, and he was a very good first-round pick for the Niners until we got him later on.
Yeah, he was picked right after the Raiders.
Yeah.
Right after
yeah.
Hayward Bay was picked. So.
Yep. So I mean, it's a match. We'll see what happens on that.
Yeah, I'm excited. I love this rookie class. I think this team is headed in the right direction. I'm not going to mention the P word either. I'm kind of like you. I'm a little superstitious about that. I say we take one game at a time. Hopefully, we can take care of business in New York. That's all I'm worried about right now.
Yeah, one game, man. One game at a time. I know that it's a very old saying, but it's true. You never overlook who you got, and you need to make sure you go from there.
Yeah, I don't think it's a trap game. I think you're totally right on that. The Bengals was definitely a trap game. I think this is, like you said, it's an obstacle game. We get over this one, hey, sky's the limit.
And like I said, I want to hit that limit. I want to hit the sky. I want this jet to continue to go up.
That's right.
And
I know you want to go back and get ready to go.
And pun intended on the jet going up. See, there you go.
Oh, there we go. Hey, that's good.
That's right. When the Jets go up, the Raiders go up with it.
Oh, you betcha.
That's right.
All righty, well, I'll let you go, man. You have a great trip. Bring home a winner. And are you going to have a show Sunday night after the game?
Yeah, I'm going to, after the game, I'll go back to my hotel room. I'll do a show, and then hopefully
have a little more time.
Well, yeah, and I think so. Now, I might do some celebration because I'm actually trying to do the show after the 4:00 game because I got some buddies that one's a Patriots fan, one's a Cowboys fan, and I told them, I said, I want them to call in after the game. So I might wait until it's later in the evening to do the show. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I like that better too because I like to watch the afternoon games.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Unless we lose, if we lose, I probably won't watch any more games.
Yeah, well, there you go. That's right.
But let's not think that way. Let's get a win.
Let's get, like I said, I'm not hearing it.
All right, Captain. Have a great trip, man. We'll talk to you on Sunday.
All right. You take care. Thanks for calling in, Mike.
Bye now.
All right. That's Mike Serra. And it is past 11 o'clock. It is time to go. Because I've been on for almost 2 hours. And and again, I apologize for you guys not being able to hear from me. Apparently I had the wrong feeder on for the mic, so I'll try to take care of that. I apologize. But again, you got a chance to stay with me for the entire time on Facebook. And normally I don't do this. But again, if you're on Facebook and you had a chance to watch this show, great. But again, this is a bonus because I wanted to make sure that people on Facebook had a chance to come over, to go to YouTube, subscribe on YouTube, And then, like I said, if you want to be with the captain for the last regular season game in Oakland, subscribe to YouTube, show me a screen capture, then tell me why I picked you as my +1 for the very last regular season game, December 15th in Oakland. I will be at the Jets game this weekend. I have a lot of good things going on with all the clubs out there, so look for some live reports from Facebook and other things like that. Have an excellent, excellent weekend. Keep checking with me, and we'll see everybody Sunday night after the game. What will hopefully be another win in the streak. Y'all take care. Yarg! From Captain Jack to everybody out there. We'll see you on Sunday.